Welcome back, everybody. It's your girl, Cassie J. I know. It's been such a long time. But, with everything going on in the world, I had to take a little bit of a break because reality TV, even though it's my zhuzh, it's been a little different because of what's been going on. But I'm back. Things are, can't say they're going back to normal because we're in a new normal. But it's a new year, 2021. It's time for a change. So part of the change is me coming back. So I am back with one of my favorite shows. Even though this show was still going on last year, I was watching it in and out, trying to keep up with it because I knew when this year came back around, I was going to come back to the show. I was going to come back and start doing reviews. So I kind of wanted to stay abreast of what was going on with the show. So today I am here to do the review for Life After Lockup. You guys know. So I just want to thank you all for coming back. Let's sit down, let's sip, and let's talk about it. So the crazy thing about this show, I always find it interesting that the episodes just keep going. So this is episode 27. This is season 3, episode 27. And I'm like, okay, at what point are we just gonna roll this over? But that's neither here nor there. I suppose it's called Payback is a Snitch. I'm not sure who the snitch is exactly. Let's see if we can figure it out. Now, I go couple to couple. I'm gonna start with Destiny and Sean. I'm trying to remember last time I reviewed if there were any new people. Anyway, so Destiny and Sean are still together, technically speaking, but Destiny went to court last time we talked, and they told her it was basically like, okay, you're gonna have to come back. Sean thought he was finally off the hook for this $50,000, but he is not. She's still another court date, so she has court the next day. And this court date, she is looking to be facing up to 7 years. So she has ran away, not from the law at this point, but she's ran away from Sean because Sean got caught lying about talking to his ex, so she left him. She's out in Vegas. I think she's in Vegas. I don't even remember where she's at this point. But anyway, she's with her sister Brittany, and Sean does not know where she is until he gets a hit on his credit card showing that she ordered some pizza. So now he knows where she is. He went to his ex, asked to borrow $1,000 because he spent all his money on her at this point. So he's out of money. So she reluctantly gives him the money. He gets a ticket. He's going out there. Destiny does not want him to come to court, but he's like, listen, heifer, I'm on the line with you for $50K. I'm coming out there to get my money. I need to make sure you show up so I can't be losing out on this money. This is a gamble that I'm not trying to take here. Now, Brittany is trying to talk Destiny into going to court because she's kind of leery, and she has a history of running here, people. She's cut off ankle monitors and not shown up to court and things like that. She's not the most reliable person. Let's just say that, okay? So she says that she's gonna go. So Brittany asks her, what about your relationship with Sean? Are you going to let him know where you at some point? Are you going to continue your relationship with him? What's the deal? Basically, she's like, I'm going to continue the relationship with him in the sense of he's going to be a bank for me. In case this doesn't go well and I need some money, I'm going to keep him around. Whew. I hope he gets his money so that he can go on with his life. I hope he realizes this is not the one. She is not lucky number 7. Please let her go. Now, court comes. Brittany is at the courthouse. She's calling Destiny. Destiny's not answering the phone. Apparently she done slipped out early in the morning before she got up, and she's concerned. She's like, if she doesn't show up, she's gonna get extra time on her sentence. And Destiny is out driving somewhere trying to clear her head because she has something on her mind that she doesn't feel that she owes an explanation to everybody else, because for whatever reason, Destiny feels like she doesn't owe explanations to anybody in her life. Okay. So while Brittany's sitting there at court, she sees Sean pulls up, and she instantly gets in her feelings, and she's like, why is he here? Okay, Brittany, in case you didn't know, if it wasn't for Sean, your sister wouldn't even be out, because he's the one that put the money up. That's why he's here. I don't care what your sister said. I'm here for my money, okay? All right. So that's what we leave off with them. They're just waiting on her, hoping that she shows up. We won't know till next week. Moving on to couple number 2. Lamar and Andrea. Okay. Andrea's coming back from being at the hotel with the kids after she stormed off. She's pissed me off. She's upset that Lamar did not tell her that she took Priscilla to meet Shantae, and that he also told Priscilla to lie about it. I understand the part about telling your daughter to lie about something you did. However, it's kind of one of those situations like, if I would have told you, you're going to get upset, so I omitted the truth, sort of thing. It doesn't make it okay, but that is what it was. Andre has this issue with Shantae, and this goes way back to when they first came on the show. And that's something that she's going to have to work out with Shantae. Now, she comes back to the house, and she says that Shantae feels that she is the reason why her and Lamar do not have a relationship to this day. Like, she's standing in the way. Again, Shantae is an adult at this point. You need to woman, sit down and have this conversation to figure out where this went wrong and why she feels this way. Because your daughter is her sister, and you don't want to keep her from having that relationship. Because later on in life, your daughter might have some resentment towards you. Now that she knows that she has a sister, she might end up resenting you that you kept her from having that relationship. Now, Lamar did apologize for keeping that from her and telling Priscilla to lie, because that was not the right thing to do. Priscilla comes in to the room because Lamar calls her in there and was telling her, you know, I'm sorry for telling you to lie to your mom. I promise you that we won't have any more secrets between us, and I won't tell you to lie to your mom anymore. And that was, I think, a beautiful thing that you had that conversation with your daughter, let her know that I did something wrong, and it was not right for me to bring you in between me and your mom's drama, which is essentially what you did. You brought her in between some drama between adults, and that's not a child's place. So, Lamar did tell Andre that they need to, at some point, sit down and have a conversation with Shantae, because that's his daughter, and he wants to have a relationship with her and Priscilla. So hopefully Andre will be an adult and have that conversation at some point. We will see. Woo! The next couple up, Scott and Lindsay. I gotta take a sip. Lord. So, Lindsay done went bat crazy in the house. She's tore up the house. She's tore up all of Scott's stuff because she's went through everything, found out that he had slept with prostitutes, found out that he really doesn't have this money that he says that he has, that he's actually broke. He's not owning the house that they're actually living in. He's renting. So she's tore up everything. She's outside confronting him about all of this stuff. She knocks over the table and she tells him, don't worry, I will have somebody in your bed by the weekend. Okay. I don't know if Lindsay forgot that she's the one that's out on probation or parole, whatever the case may be. You're the one that has, pending charges, so you're the one in trouble, basically. You're the one that has something to lose. You're the one that can go back to jail. Scott is fine, so all he has to do is pick up the phone, call the police, and back you go. Maybe you should reconsider the way you're carrying on around here. But that would mean you got to be logical, and I don't see her as that type of person. Now, she goes and calls someone on the phone, and she's like, I need for you to bring me a lock for, my door. I'm going to lock up my stuff. I'm going to put a lock on my door. And they was like, well, are you going to talk to Scott about this first? Is that going to be okay? She said, I'm a tenant here. And if he tries to break into my room, he's violated. I'm so done with Lindsay. I just need Scott to go ahead and call the police and go ahead and get her removed out of your place. And if she doesn't have somewhere to report to her PO, back you go. Moving on. Chevelle and Quaylin. Can't save somebody that don't want to be saved. Now, Miss Chevelle, she over here acting like she the bad one. She don't move on. She don't want Quaylin no more. She out here going on dates and stuff. Now, Chevelle done told Quaylin, I'm going out of town. He's like, well, who you going with? Don't worry about who I'm going with. I'm doing me. Chevelle is taking her and Maila and her cousin DeMarc to, they're going out of town. So, of course, Quaylin follows her because he's trying to get his woman back. He wants to work out his relationship with her now, all of a sudden. So, Chevelle's not answering his phone calls. He's blowing up her phone. She won't answer. Quaylin is trying to find her in the city that she's in. Now, Chevelle, her cousin, and Maila are at, I guess, like a carnival or something. While they're there having a good old time, Chevelle goes to the bathroom. This is the setup here, people. She goes to the bathroom, tells her cousin to watch the baby while she's in the bathroom. While she's in the bathroom, Quaylin calls. Maila answers the phone. She's like, hi, Daddy. And he's like, hey, baby. He's like, well, if I can't get Chevelle on the phone, I can always get Maila on the phone. So Maila's just like, yeah, I'm here with DeMarc, and we are at a Ferris wheel, and yeah, we're having a good time. So now he can kind of narrow down where they are. So he comes and finds them. He's happy to find out that she has Maila and she's there with her cousin. So that means that she's not there with no man. So that gave him a vote of confidence that he can get over here and get his woman back. He shows up, and I understand you love who you love. I get it. Feelings don't just go away that easily. However, for you to have been so upset and to have seen the messages that you see on his phone talking about, he was cheating and this woman's asking to see his eggplant, to see him again and be with him again, and all this, everything alluding to him having some kind of sexual relationship with somebody else. I just don't feel like I would be that happy to see you the way she was. I mean, she's smiling. Hey. He was like, well, give me a hug. Okay. I'd have been like, what you doing here? Who you? New phone. Why are you here? I did not invite you. And the cousin, that was the energy he had. He's like, I mean, so you just gonna show up and everything is okay? You think we just gonna move on? Like, you don't owe nobody no apology, no explanation? And he was like, I mean, not to you. I don't owe you nothing. I don't have to talk to you. And he was like, yeah, you do. Like, this is family. Like, this is a package. Like, this is, we come together. And Chevelle just kind of dismisses her cousin, like, can you just give us a little bit of time? Can you go over there with my Ela? I'm going to talk to him. Thank you. So I guess he ain't got to explain himself. I guess he can just come in and everything's going to be okay. So her cousin was like, you know, I came out here to support her, try to get her mind off of him, to try to get her to move forward with her life. But I guess, you know, I'm trying to save somebody that don't want to be saved, like I said in the beginning. He trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. And she just don't want to be saved. She want to believe whatever, and you just got to let people figure things out on their own. My next favorite couple, and I say favorite only because of the drama of them, not because I think that they're a winning couple. Solely because of the drama. Sarah and Michael. I be rooting for you, Sarah. I be rooting for you, and you let me down every time. Okay. Sarah talked to her baby daddy's husband, Michael, and found out that Michael has been going through a lot of personal, emotional trauma. And her being the wife and friend and baby mama that she is. We have history. I love you. And I don't want to see you struggling and going through things like that. I am here for you. I want to be supportive of you. While you're here in New York, you don't have to stay in a hotel. You can stay with me. Because her boyfriend done went back home. Now you can stay with me. So, since their little blow up that they just had, Michael decides, I'm going to show on up at the house with my luggage because, hey, I can save some money if I do stay with her. Gets to the house and they apologize to Aviana, their oldest daughter, about fighting in front of her because they should not have done that. She did not need to see that. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. You should not fight in front of your kids. They do not need to witness adult problems. Now, Michael goes and puts her in the bed. He comes back out. And then he apologizes to Sarah for the fight. Because he was like, I shouldn't have came at you like that. I shouldn't have gave you that energy. He was like, but you know, we just got that kind of, you know, relationship. Like that's just how we are. And he was like, I don't know how we move forward. She said, I do. What you need to do is stop bringing up the past. And that's how we move forward. He laughed. And then he said, well, what about your boyfriend? You know, how does he feel about me being here, whatever? Her response was, not, I'll talk to him about it. Or I've already talked to him about it. He understands. Nothing to that extent. She said, I am focused on my family. Now, before her boyfriend left, she gave him the impression that she wanted to be with him. She wanted this relationship to grow. Her relationship with Michael was dead and gone. She had no feelings, love, etc., etc. She just wanted to be able to co-parent with him. That was it. Now you're telling Michael, my focus is my family. Girl, get off the fence. Stop playing both sides. Pick a side. Make sure you pick the right side too. Now, of course, that made Michael smile because he knew what that meant. That meant, okay, I can get you. I got you right where I want you. As he's been saying this whole season. Like every time you see Michael when it comes to Sarah, he's like, I can have Sarah anytime I want her, however I want her. So I guess she sensed that and she let him know real quick. That don't mean we having sex. I'm not doing nothing with you. And he was like, when's the last time we had sex? And she was like, it's been years. He was like, right. But when's the last time we... And she's like... and they laugh, and I'm just like, girl, what are you playing? Why is you playing with him? Why? She's like, well, I'm gonna be going on dates and stuff like that, and when I go on dates, I'm gonna need to borrow some condoms from you, so make sure you got some on deck. And it was just like, you flirting with him, and you flirting with danger, you flirting with fire, and I don't understand why, when you've been burned so many times by him. I don't even know why you're entertaining this. If you want to be a fool, be a fool. Now, new couple alert. New couple alert. New couple alert. Puppy and Amber. Let me be honest. Puppy and Amber are not a couple. They're not a couple. Puppy wants to be a couple. Amber has a man on the side that she has not told Puppy about. So, Puppy and Amber are not a couple. Okay? Sorry. Now, Amber has decided to take Puppy out on the night on the town. They go to a bar. She introduces her to her friends. And Puppy feels a little uncomfortable because she wants to just be alone with Amber. But Amber apparently... How do I say this? Amber loves Puppy, and she says it several times throughout the show how much she loves her. But I feel like it was a love, like it was for convenience because, okay, we're in prison and, you know, you form these relationships while you're there. But now that we're out, it's like, I don't want to hurt your feelings because I just know that you're just a little too vulnerable right now. You're not stable right now for me to tell you the whole truth. It's not that I don't care about you, but I don't care about you the way I displayed myself when we were in prison. Now that we're out in the real world, things have changed. So while they're there at the bar, Amber's just out. She's just mingling and she's going here and there. She's talking to everybody. And Puppy's just kind of like, you know, this is the first time her meeting these people. So it's not like she knows these people like that. So she's just kind of feeling a little alone. And her friends are kind of grilling her. And she's like, are you in a relationship? Are y'all really in a relationship? How long have y'all been together? How do you feel about her? Did you know about the other guy? Not the guy she's dating now. Talking about the military guy that she was dating before. And she was like, oh yeah, I know about him. I knew that relationship wasn't gonna work. I knew she really didn't have feelings for him. Like, I knew that wasn't real. And while she's talking to them, I see Amber over there in the corner talking to Scrap DeLeon from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'm like, girl, you got your girlfriend over here who told you from the beginning she didn't want to be left alone, and you just bouncing around in the club. So her friends told Puppy that they could tell that she loved her, but it was new to them because they knew that she liked men. Like, this was their first time seeing this kind of relationship. But they was like, we could tell she does care about you. We're not saying she doesn't care about you, but we're just saying, like, this is new. All we've ever known her to be around was men. But hey, we wish you the best, you know? So when they leave, Amber is asking Puppy what's wrong. She's in the car. She's being real standoffish. And Puppy kind of knew what was getting ready to go on. She says that Amber only basically gets real lovey-dovey, intimate with her when she gets drunk. Like, that's the only way that she acts that way towards her, is when she gets drunk. I can understand how that could be a problem because I know if I was in that situation, if the only time that you show me affection like that is when you get drunk, it makes you feel like, I mean, dang, do you really, you know, are you really attracted to me? Do you really have feelings for me? Because why do you have to get drunk to, you know, be with me? So, yeah, baby, you might gotta let that go. So sorry. So the last couple is Lacey and Shane, and John off in the woodworks. So Sean found out that John is out of jail, and Lacey knows and did not tell him. So while they're at the table, he brings up to the kids, you know, how was your day? What did you guys learn at school? Did you learn about lying and stuff like that? And he's like, you know, also not telling someone the whole truth, that's also a form of lying. Did you guys know that? You know, it's important to have morals and things like that. And Lacey's looking at him like, is that what you learned today or something? Like, why are you talking about this? Like, why are you bringing this up? And he was like, no, I didn't just learn it today. I knew that. I've known that my whole life. I was raised that way. She said, oh, did you learn it in jail? So she's throwing shade back at him like, I mean, I don't know where you coming at. Like, why you coming at me like this? So when they get in the kitchen, he just basically asks her. He was like, so why didn't you tell me that, you know, John was out? Why'd I have to hear from your dad? And she's like, is that why you're upset? And he was like, yeah, because, you know, all the trouble he's caused in our relationship. Don't you think that I should have known that? And why are you still communicating with him? And she's like, I'm not communicating with him. I did know that, you know, he was out, but I'm not having, you know, conversation with him like that. Why would I do that to you? You know, I'm pregnant with your baby. And she just downplayed it like it's nothing. There's no need for you to get upset. He's not a problem. He's, you know, he's not a factor in our life. Let's just move on. We need to keep talking about this. Okay, fine. He was like, well, if I find out that you're talking to him, you know, it's going to be a real problem. She's like, so you said I can't talk to him? He's like, no, there's no reason for you to talk to him. So she's like, okay, whatever, I won't talk to him. Soon as Sean walks out of, Shane, I've been calling the boy Sean. Soon as Shane walks out of the room, she goes to the bedroom and texts John. I don't know if Lacey is really meant to be in a committed relationship. It just doesn't seem like it works for her. It seems like every time she's with one person, as soon as they mess up, she runs to the next person. That one messes up, she goes back to the other one. That one messes up. I mean, eventually it's going to be a third person involved at some point. But you're pregnant with this man's whole baby. I don't understand why you're still talking to your ex. So that was that. Yeah. We'll see what happens next week. I'll be back with other show reviews. I'm not fully decided on what I'm going to review. There is some love and hip hop stuff that I do want to get into, but either way, continue to comment, like, subscribe, all the good jazz and all that. Until the next video. Bye, you guys.